Last week, we took you to a few places in our hometown, Richmond, Virginia. What better way to see historic downtown Charleston than on a classic horse-drawn carriage tour? The city randomly doles out one of 4 routes, determined by a spin of a bingo ball machine at the beginning of each tour. The tour guide tells the history of the city and the architecture, including many distinctive Charleston single houses.
The City Market is a historic complex established in the 1790s and stretches 4 city blocks. It showcases several talented artists and craftspeople. There are over 300 vendors.
After our carriage ride, we stopped at Hyman's Seafood Restaurant. Their Chilean sea bass croquette was delicious.
Church and Union Restaurant is inside an old church with 13 chapters of the Art of War hand-painted on the ceiling. Amazing.
Joe Riley Waterfront Park is along the Cooper River in Charleston. The park received a 2007 Landmark Award for its distinguished landscape design. There's also a really nice splash fountain that children play in on hot summer days.
Rainbow Row is the name for 13 colorful historic houses. Many have speculated over the true reasons for the colors. One theory is that the homes were painted various pastel colors so that drunk sailors might find their way home easier. Others believe the various hues were the merchants' way of indicating what types of items they sold there.
The Battery is a landmark defensive seawall and promenade in Charleston. The wall stretches along the shore and is bordered by historic antebellum mansions. White Point Garden is an iconic landmark at the tip of the peninsula. The park has numerous monuments, a gazebo, and cannons that date back to the Civil and Revolutionary War. The massive oak trees draped in Spanish moss are stunning.
About 10 miles from Charleston is Sullivans Island. We had a late lunch at Poe's Tavern, named in honor of author Edgar Allan Poe, who was stationed at Fort Moultrie in 1827. We saw this unusual lighthouse. This is the last lighthouse built in the United States by the Coast Guard.
Fort Moultrie is a series of fortifications built to protect the city of Charleston. The first fort, formerly named Fort Sullivan, built of palmetto logs and sand, inspired the flag and the nickname of South Carolina as the Palmetto State.
This was an active fort from 1776 to 1947 when it was decommissioned. In 1960, the Department of Defense transferred it to the National Park Service.
This historic park has a visitor center and offers guided and self-guided tours. We opted for the self-guided.
Here's where we stayed while exploring Charleston.
Stay tuned for more from the Silver Vagabonds.